It's interesting, Neil, when you speak about that community because I know that they seemingly in that community have a good grasp of technology, right? And we know that technology is the future. And so I guess my question to you, and I want to get your perspective on what do you think that the Black community can do when it comes to embracing technology and leveling up, taking advantage of that tool. Because I do want to preface this by saying that we know that in our community, there's a lot of families or mothers who may get their kids some Jordans before they get them a computer, right? And so these types of things kind of set the framework to be seemingly left behind when it comes to where you can go with education. What do you think technology can do in our community, and what do you think that? Well, what do you think of that as a possible pathway to gaining
I think,
more wealth?
yeah, there's several parts to that question. Let me try to see if I could touch at least three of them, which is the technology, education, and priorities. And so we're in an age where technology has to be a key consideration, at close to the center of any kind of effort to organize the community, train the community, and track the community's behavior to look for opportunities for improvement. And also, we mentioned in other conversations, to reward those who are uh, in line and to have some kind of um, unpopular word here, but punishment for people who are not on code, if you
Mm-hmm.
will. Of course, we need the code to be developed first before we get to that point. So that's the first piece. Technology is an essential component of that, and I think in particular we can leapfrog many other communities and go straight to quantum computing, straight to AI, machine learning, and so on and so forth, and the various associated or adjacent uh, industries that are forming up around these cutting edge technologies. So I think that's very important part of the consideration. The second thing is priorities. Look, one of the things that we talked about yesterday is this challenge of understanding that people need to have a core narrative, a seed, a cultural seed. Dr. Marimbani calls it a cultural asili, which is I think that's a key Swahili term, which means seed. And what you need, what that seed provides, is that it provides values. It provides a hierarchy of values and identity orientation. And so when you talk about people choosing to buy a pair of Jordans for a kid versus a computer, and I'll go a step further and says that that kid don't just need a computer because most people are using their computers, their phones, and other devices to play games. That we need to get our children computer courses. We need to get our people computer courses to train them how to most effectively utilize these devices because billions, trillions of dollars have been made on computers and on mobile devices and the various technologies that have come online in the last century. And I could tell you that we're still lagging behind because we're not using these devices effectively. When I'm out in the Caribbean and out in Africa, it's typical to see people who are professional with two phones. This is the coolest thing ever, and and two smartphones at that. And often these people are not extremely tech savvy. They're not making any considerable amount of money or building any wealth other than just transacting business, making phone calls, emails, and texts, and maybe social media. Uh, we need to move beyond the casual use case of the technology into using it as experts, as technologists. And that's why you and I have been talking about and why DDM is launching an ed tech platform. We're intended on training
Yeah.
millions of our people over the next 25 years to become technologists, so that no matter what technology comes online, our community have trained experts who will be at the forefront knowing how to use that technology to solve our problems, but also solve the world's problems so that we have a better world that we are co-creating with other people. Otherwise, we become objects of other people's reality. We become users of tech that are created to solve other problems. And we're simply just utilizing and providing data for them to solve problems that are more aligned with their ethnic or cultural interests as a group.